Sorry about that, guys. Slight technical difficulty. I did not realise until I checked the recording software because it stopped. But yeah, here we are, continuing it. You did miss out a bit, but it was just basically this all being explained, that it was all televised. So let's continue. What?
Extreme!
This killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV. It doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I mean, even I understood the words, so I'm not sure I'd understand the deeper meaning.
Huh?
What broadcasts live to the entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
But that's...
It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow?
Oh no!
The camera feed is being broadcast? No way, that's impossible.
Phew!
The kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that. All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode. Are you being serious right now?
Of course!
I heard a kind of creaking, but the sound was coming from my own mind, like a boat tossing in the ocean.
Hey,
Everything has a meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries. Even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? It was all for my captive audience, to show them true despair, like they'd never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
What are you saying?
It was on TV, the police and everyone else would be going crazy. Yeah, there's no way they wouldn't have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually...
What if they already did? Huh?
Yes, indeed!
But then again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV and to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally though, so whatever.
This can't be!
But to take you need an astronomical amount of resources. Yep, so how could things have come this far? Well...
Yeah!
That's a secret. There's something you all need to do first, remember? What?
Of course!
Yeah, there's a little business of... Ding dong, ding dong.
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Huh? Flash trial, do you mean...
It's the Monokuma file!
I'll leave the next Monokuma file right here. Everyone give it all you've got, okay?
Heart-pounding excitement!
Okay, things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Reality was incomprehensible, the truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had just to keep myself from standing upright. I don't understand any of this. What's Despair Entertainment, and how is he still alive?
I'm sick of this.
I thought that finally we could get out of him. And plus, what did he say about class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko.
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mikuro Kusaba was the one who died. The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monkoma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind Mikuro Kusaba isn't dead. So naturally that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There is no other possibility. The body is Kyoko's? Kyoko's been murdered? Well, first of all, that is highly incorrect. Kyoko does not have her nails like that, because you cannot see them because she's always wearing gloves. And judging by the hair, even though it's probably burnt, but it's definitely the wrong colour. So I think it's not Kyoko, but it might be, I do not know. No, it's not possible. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet!
Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe it, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself? Anyway, we'd better begin.
But
if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct, it must be someone participating in our school life. Wait, so you're saying one of us killed Kyoko? Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh?
No, but you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There is a veritable mountain of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. Investigate. Oh, the music, yes! I haven't heard this one before, so it's got to be something big. Well, I'd better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. There were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with the knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body, could it really be Kyoko? Or... I have no choice, I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. This music though, it is golden. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be a knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body, from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? By the way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this... That's it? The knife that the person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because when they attacked, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and then maybe I and if this really is Kirko, it would mean Kirko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. What, knife at the crime scene? These look like fragments of something. They are all burnt, so I can't really be sure. I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. I think it's near the dead body. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They are really long. Yeah, but what's the tattoo about? They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Tattoo on the right hand, yeah. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped bucket water, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burned up. There's only one little piece left. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it got totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half and the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Exploded body analysis. I think that's everything, but I'll just double check. Yeah, okay. But I think where he's saying, like, right at the end of it, is he's not sure about it. This is my question. Do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out the stomach and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped the bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. if they said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around.
Okay.
Wow, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So, thank you, too. The body-to-body explosion. Am I going here or now? I remember there were some chickens in the coop. I count 4 chickens. No, 4.
Yo!
What's going on, Ken? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were? Of course, there were precisely 5. Actually, I remember there was 5 chickens because Makoto was scared that they were something Monokuma created. So, okay, this is getting weird, but what I'm thinking is that the killer killed. No, like the body was already dead, I believe, and the killer just topped it off because the knife had stopped the bleeding. The killer topped it off with killing a chicken and pouring the blood all around the knife. That's why there's 4 chickens now. Yeah, right?
Huh?
What's wrong? There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Yeah. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night. There were definitely 5 chickens there.
What?
What are we going to do? Going from 5 to 4 is going to have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Chicken coop chickens. Good timing, Peter. I wanted to talk to you. Oh god. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. And, well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now? What's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime? How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hero's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door, so where precisely were you? I'm telling you the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Ryukio's account. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and
We're serious.
oh well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, I should have looked back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monkima's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got here, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Choco went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Choco, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right, it had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Yeah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 AM. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty smooth job. When the body was found. He still had something else to say, so...
In other words,
All four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis,
that's right.
and if the victim really is hypocrite, then I'm the only one without an alibi. So what now? You seem to be quite disadvantaged. It's 3 days. Okay, so I can't continue to talk right now. You know what? Let's check the shed. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is really dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. This is a tarp. Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. I don't remember seeing a tarp before though. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. But the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the top is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. Okay. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. There's something coming to handle this pickaxe. Crazy diamond. It's the same thing that was written on the back of Mondo's jacket. This pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. It's definitely intriguing, but now's not the time to find that. These tools have nothing to do with the case. These shards isn't the case. Okay, it's lawnmower. There's the lawnmower here. I don't think there's a thing in this room. So we can leave now, right? Yeah. So, who does that body belong to? Wherever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. Before the body exploded, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach and the area around it was stained blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped the bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
That was a big help. Now that I explained it, I totally remember how it looked. Just check this. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and one of them said the time positively couldn't be changed. Huh? What? The sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet, which would mean the murder must have taken place. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically this fragment I found before. Somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions, as I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true, was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? if I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Yoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I'll simply limit your options. I cannot allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Just give up.
Okay. I don't have a choice. I have to see if you'll let me borrow her room key. Hey, Yoki. If you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I'll certainly have to borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, and we will see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. In fact, later. Okay, then in the meantime, I should take a look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. What area? I don't know where to go. I don't know where I've seen that before. Where do I need to go? I don't know where I need to go. If I go in here, maybe I'll figure out something. The suit of armor is on display. Nothing is catching my attention though. Alright guys, what I think I'll end up doing is I'll end this video here and I shall continue in the next one. In the meantime, see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we'll find out what to do.